All right, case 2 for solving by taking the square root. Case 2 involves this type of equation. 2 parentheses x plus 3 squared minus 10 equals 190. What do we notice? Well, hopefully right off the bat for case 2, you should recognize that all of a sudden now I have x plus 3 inside those parentheses with the squared out top. So we cannot touch what's inside those parentheses until we have taken care of business everywhere else. Can't touch that until I've taken everything else away from it. So let's continue to look at what does that mean. I know by solving any type of equation, I always move my constant. My constant in this case is a negative 10. So I'm going to do the inverse. I'm going to add 10 to both sides, and I'm going to get 2x plus 3 squared equals 200. Now at this point in time, is the parentheses isolated? Is it? No, we have this 2. Well, what do I do to that 2? I divide both sides by 2. Okay, so now I will have x plus 3 squared is equal to 100. Is there anything left on the other side, on this left side? Is there anything left here that I can remove? No. At this particular point in time, you guys, you cannot subtract 3, you cannot divide 3, you cannot just willy-nilly move the 3 to whatever your liking is. No, you need to recognize that we can now take care of business right here on this 2. So we're going to handle that by, you guessed it, taking the square root now of both of those sides. This becomes a 1 because, again, a squared is a perfect square. Squared, perfect square. So that becomes a 1. So what I'm looking at, now is x plus 3 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 100. Now, everybody, in your calculators, you can always check to see if 100 is a perfect square if you look behind my desk, which is, there's a perfect squares poster right there, or do second x squared on your calculator and then plug in 100 underneath that radical. You will find that x plus 3 is equal to now a perfect square of 10. Did I keep the square root symbol? No. We used it when we found that the square root of 100 is a perfect square. So at no point in time should you have this. That's wrong. Very, very wrong. Okay? We used it. We've already used it. We have done what we needed to do. We used the square root symbol. So now we have plus or minus 10. Okay? At this particular point in time, I told you you need to set up 2 different equations. One where you have a positive 10 right here, okay? A positive 10, and then the other one over here where you have a negative 10. From this point, you can subtract 3 from both of these solutions, and this becomes 0, and then this solution becomes 7. And when I subtract 3 from this negative 10, I get a negative 13. I have now 2 nice solutions. Nice solutions. So if you missed 1 point because you had this, negative 3 plus or minus 10, I wanted those solutions. I wanted the 2 solutions. That is case 2. That's how you do it. There were numerous posters around the room showing you how to do this particular problem over and over again.